90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Star Angela Deem is doing everything in her might to get Michael Ilasanmi deported. She doesn't want him to be an American like her. Angela from Georgia had been married for 3 years in her youth. She had 2 daughters and 6 grandchildren and was 54 years old when she met Michael on Facebook. Michael was just 30 years old, yet Angela wanted to make him her husband. She didn't think of the consequences their age gap and cultural differences would create in their relationship. Angela blamed Michael when his family wanted Michael to have a baby of his own. Michael still sacrificed his wishes just to be with Angela. He watched as Angela got risky surgery to lose weight against his wishes. His wife shamelessly flirted with other men on the show and her social media, and Michael could do nothing about it. He was not allowed to speak up in the relationship. He was blamed for things, like Angela's smoking habit, which weren't his fault. So when Michael did end the relationship by walking away from it, it drove Angela mad. When Angela had met Michael on Facebook, it had taken her a few months to decide she would be getting him to the US. Michael never suggested that it was his idea or one that he had planted in her mind. Angela came bearing gifts for Michael the first time she went to see him in Nigeria, and they were all Donald Trump merchandise. She was the one who showed Michael the American dream. She convinced him that life in the States would be infinitely better than what he was used to in Nigeria. Angela married Michael because he was facing difficulty getting a K-1 visa. Michael was just Angela's puppet who was doing everything she asked him to, and bringing him to the US was something she desperately wished for. Angela knew that Michael coming to the US meant more opportunities for her to explore on reality TV. She'd also benefit more on platforms like Cameo if they worked together as a couple. Letting Michael go despite him cheating on her never crossed Angela's mind, so when he did come to the US and immediately left her, Angela did think she was played. She was aware of the amount of abuse he had tolerated over the years and that there would come a day when he would say, "Enough." Angela is just upset that the day arrived after Michael arrived in the US. It's making Angela take foolish steps like attempting to get a 4-year-long much-publicized marriage annulled. Angela wants Michael to be thrown out of the country. However, she also knows that it's too late now. Michael is on American soil legally. Her own detective proved Michael wasn't a cheat or scammer. Angela's never missed an opportunity to tell Michael, "I'm an American." Whenever she wanted the upper hand and wanted to make sure Michael wouldn't speak over her, 90-Day Fiancé's Angela reminded Michael she was an American, and she belonged to the land of the free. Interestingly, when Michael named his WhatsApp group, Paradise Men, because America was the land of the free, it rang warning bells in Angela's brain. Michael had only known about the wonderful America Angela told him about. He thought it was paradise and yearned to be there. Now that Michael is in the US, he must think Angela can't tell him what to do because he's in the same country as her. Michael also celebrated the 4th of July with great enthusiasm this year. It was his first year in the US, and Michael went out for a game of soccer and had some drinks and a hearty meal with his Nigerian friends outdoors. Angela couldn't stop herself from reacting to Michael's 4th of July celebration photos. Angela has so much hatred towards Michael because she thinks he betrayed her. She accused him of abandoning her after he came to the US on her visa. She thinks it's her right to ask him to give her visa back so he can be sent packing to Nigeria. That's the reason Angela asked for an annulment instead of a divorce. She had started looking for a private investigator the minute Michael set foot on American soil, and it wouldn't be surprising if she'd already spoken to her attorney on the subject of the annulment too. Even when Angela told viewers about Michael leaving her at the end of the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 8 tell-all, she gave Michael a warning. She said she would see him either in court or on a plane coming back to her. Angela still hopes that Michael would come running back to her asking her to take him back. She wants the world to see Michael through her eyes. She wants fans to think the abuse towards him was justified. Angela couldn't imagine that Michael received more than $52,000 through donations from fans. Angela is unable to control her anger towards Michael. She keeps thinking about ways to make Michael cry.